It's your little big sis side. Pray all is well. So I've been hearing some things lately. I don't know what's been going on. Some of y'all wanting to leave, do your own thing, and entertain foolishness. So this video today, we are going to discuss our sister Dinah back in Genesis 34 and get some life lessons from it. So let's get right into it. Lesson number 1 is do not wander off. Dinah wanted to see the daughters of the land and she ended up getting snatched. So if you're leaving the house, it should be to go to school, work, the store, wherever, and then make sure you come right back home. You don't need to go out to parties or lunch if an acquaintance offers. You're there to do a specific job, not to make friends. If you're staying after for things like tutoring, academic clubs, or things of that nature, that's completely different. Don't have ulterior motives and then find yourself getting caught up. Go home. You are not missing out on anything. Number 2 is to pay attention to your surroundings. We know that evils are being multiplied in these last days, so always be alert and pay attention. When you're walking around, don't walk around looking clueless. Don't have like your phone glued to your face. If you go into your car, make sure you check the back seat, look through the windows. So one thing that my family implements, whenever we're going somewhere, we text the family group chat. Whenever one of us are about to go somewhere, we let each other know, just as a safety precaution and also just being a responsible adult. So right before I'm about to drive off to work, I will let my parents know, for instance, that I'm about to head out. And in the family group chat, I'll text like, Shalom, good morning, heading to work now. And then I'll also send the location of where I will be at. You never know what can happen on your way to work. Something can happen. Number 3 is to always be accompanied with someone whenever possible. You may think that you're grown, you can handle your own, but there is always someone bigger and badder than you. So for me, for instance, I usually leave the house with one of my brothers. And if my brothers aren't available, I'll usually go with my mom or sister. You will rarely ever see me by myself. So that's just another safety tip to implement into your daily life. And number 4 is to avoid staying out late. If you can, be inside once that sun sets and the street lights turn on. That's how my parents were raised. That's how they raised me. And it's just an excellent tip to go by, looking out for y'all. Be inside once that sun sets if you can, because what good happens at night? Let's be honest. Keep your temple clean, Bibles open, legs closed, and stay out of trouble. Y'all already know the deal. And number 5 is going to be self-defense. God forbid you are ever in an event where someone is trying to pursue you. It should be common sense. You need to kick, scream, bite, fight, do what you gotta do to try and escape. There are more options in today's society compared to back then with Dinah. So for instance, we have our phones. I'm pretty sure all phones do this, but I know iPhones particularly, you have the SOS option. I believe if you press the button like 3 times, there should be an SOS option. You can dial 911 on all phones. It don't matter wherever you're at. You also can send your location to whoever you want in your contacts. You can carry mace, pepper spray, have an alarm system with you. I actually have this little device on my keys that I use. I've never had to use it, but I bought it just in case like it ever happens. This is it, and this little button right here. Oh, sorry if I'm disturbing your sleep over there. Okay, wait. So this is my little alarm system that I attach to the rest of my keys, and it looks like a regular like keychain. But this button right here is a flashlight that comes on the side. And this right here actually does nothing. It's once you release it from the socket that I'm holding it in where it makes this noise, and my dad thinks it's barely loud and it doesn't do anything, but I think it can, like, I don't know, get you jumping and you're like, oh, where'd that come from? I don't know. Let me let you listen to it real quick. I think it's loud. It'll do something if I'm ever in that situation, Lord forbid. But yeah, so utilize everything that you got, that you can. You guys can also watch self-defense videos on Instagram, TikTok, and other social media platforms as well. There's usually videos about what to do if there's something on your windshield. Like, don't get out your car and try to pick it up because you could get snatched. Go to a safer location where it's more crowded, things of that nature. Don't park near big trucks, or if you feel unsafe, go inside, call somebody, things like that. Bonus lesson number 6 is do not take this truth for granted. It is such a blessing. Just like back then, Simeon and Levi stood up for their sister Dinah and ended up slaying all the Hamites after they got circumcised. Likewise today, we don't condone any harm or violence, but there are brothers that got our backs. They look after us and they protect us. So all praises for them. That is all that I have for this video, you guys. Lord's will, it was helpful to someone. Don't get caught up and stay blameless. Thanks for tuning in. Shalom. Most High in Christ's blood.
Daughters of Sarah, are you ready to be Proverbs 31 women? We don't want the Lord to